it was one of last year's most brutal, bloody fights.
Oh, yeah.
And they're about to do it again. Sebastian Fundora stepped in on short notice, you might remember, for Keith Thurman, and handed Tim Tszyu his first professional loss, becoming the super welterweight champ in the process. Tszyu, well, his intent is to start his revenge tour, and that means tonight, as we take a look at the tail of the tape, as the Towering Inferno, living up to his nickname as the sport's basically tallest champion at 6'5". Hey, look, he's got the reach, he's got the height advantage as well. Now listen, the first time they fought, it was a firefight.
Jimmy Lennox Jr., the show is yours.
Well, fans, from the MGM Grand Garden Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada, Premier Boxing Champions presents the co-main event of the evening and a very special rematch attraction. And it's all brought to you by Samson Boxing, No Limit Boxing, and TGB Promotions. Sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. And also brought to you by Universal Pictures, Nobody 2, only in theaters August 15th. This bout is sanctioned by the WBC, the president, Mauricio Suleiman. Introducing our judges, scoring from ringside, from Nevada, Eric Cheek. Also from Nevada, Patricia Morse-Jarman, and from Oklahoma, David Sutherland. Introducing our referee in charge, our third man in the ring, Harvey Dock. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing and a rematch special attraction for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship of the World. Introducing you first on my right, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, hailing from Rockdale, New South Wales, Australia. He weighed in at 153.2 pounds. With a record of 25 wins and 2 losses, he has 18 wins coming by way of knockout. He is a current world rank contender, tonight looking to exact his revenge. Here is, ladies and gentlemen, the Australian boxing superstar and the former WBO Junior Welterweight Champion of the World, introducing the Soul Taker, Tim Tszyu. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion in the blue corner, standing at 6 feet 6 inches, wearing green trunks and fighting out of Coachella, California. He weighed in at a trim and ready 152.6 pounds. With a record of 21 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw, he has 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the boxing phenom, the former unified world champion, and the current reigning and defending WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, introducing the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora. Once again, a referee in charge, now to give instructions, Harvey Dock.
Okay, boxers, we went over the instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times, touch gloves. Good luck.
It wasn't a long wait, but here we are for the rematch between Tim Tszyu, looking to exact revenge on the man he gave a world title opportunity to March 2024. And it was only right that Fundora give him a return opportunity. And here we are inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena. This reminds me of the movie 300 because Sebastian Fundora is that guy.
Big right hand miss there from Tszyu. Let's not forget the success he had before the cut with that lead right cross against the southpaw Fundora.
Yeah, but it's starting totally different now in this first round. In this second fight, Fundora is the one pushing forward.
Fundora told us, the fight is not brought to me, I will bring the fight. But I just can really marvel at what feels like the old adage, you become champion, you become 30% better. I think in the past year, we've seen Fundora grow mentally, grow with the confidence. He was in command against Cordell Booker in his last time out and delivered the knockout shot. Used distance more than normal.
Yes.
I wonder if we're in the midst of an evolution here for Fundora to the peak version of what we're going to see.
He got so frustrated that people kept saying that he doesn't know how to box, he can't box, he's not using the distance. God gifted height and reach. Well, guess what? He's starting to do that tonight. Nice jab, distance, keeping Tim Tszyu outside.
When I spoke with Sebastian, he told me I have to take him to that dark place where Bakram Murtazaliev took him. And remember what that felt like, getting hurt early. And that's why Fundora wants to get off to a quick start.
Let's not forget, not all fighters come back from the type of loss Tim Tszyu suffered last fall in Orlando against Murtazaliev. That was one-way traffic, one knockdown after another until it was mercifully stopped.
That was in October 2024, and there is the dark memory for Tim Tszyu. How does Tim Tszyu react? There's a minute left in this opening round, and it's already a nightmare. The Towering Inferno is lit up here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and Fundora, though, cannot get careless.
Definitely not, but it doesn't hurt Tim Tszyu right now. He does not know what's going on. He didn't even see that left hand because he landed a right hook, Tim Tszyu, but the left hand got in quicker and sharper.
And look at the poise of Fundora. Fundora, excuse me. This is a much more patient distance, looking to set up shots than we saw in that first fight, or really in any other Fundora fight.
Yeah, and Fundora said, he says, look, this is the art of war. I have the mental edge over Tim Tszyu, and now he has the physical edge over Tim Tszyu. And you can see the legs of Tszyu once again shaken up on a tap from Fundora.
Very tough round for Tim Tszyu, could not get in, and when he tried, he got dropped.
A nightmare start for the Aussie here in Las Vegas, and let's see how he reacts.
Vamos a lastimarlo.
We're gonna keep
Serenito,
hurting him.
dame el agua.
Take things slow. Give me the water.
Serenito, así, no te desesperes y tirando volados. No, tócalo en las líneas.
After that
Okay,
knockout,
abajo y arriba.
lightning quick.
It was lightning quick. Tim Tszyu thought that he was going to be able to get in easily like he did in the first fight. He tried to hook, and he got hit with that straight left from Fundora. Well timed. They both hit each other at the same time, but more power behind the punch from Fundora. There it is. Could have been easily a double knockdown, but the power came from Fundora. Perfectly timed, right in the chin, right in the center. Down goes Tim Tszyu.
And Tszyu is probably thinking, against any other fighter in the world, my left gets there first. But when you have a 9.5-inch reach disadvantage, something like that can and will happen. Let's see what adjustments happen early on here as Tim Tszyu comes out to the second round, down 10-8.
Consider how often Fundora used to give away that height advantage. An 8.5-inch reach, and tonight standing straight up, but straight up in a safe way there, protecting his chin. If he becomes the type of puncher that can get people out of here consistently, that's a dangerous thought for this division.
14 knockouts and 22 wins as it is. But he's done it from the inside, not really from the outside, as he's trying to set up Tim Tszyu as he goes to the chest of Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah, and Tim Tszyu's having second thoughts right now, even throwing the overhand right or left, because he knows that Fundora is ready to counterpunch. So he's got to be cautious. He's got to do the side steps, coming from an angle, not straight forward.
It's just hard because there's no safe place. I mean, there's places in the ring where you're like, I'm good here, not against Fundora.
Well, he's not doing the thing you're supposed to do against a soft but hold up, he's getting tapped.
Pummeled. That right hook hurt Tim Tszyu, and here comes the barrage of punches from Fundora, but you can't get careless because Tim Tszyu is looking for that shot.
This is the only way Tszyu knows to punch his way out of trouble.
But he's just out of range.
Big time, he's out of range. He can't
let that's a nice left hook there from Tim Tszyu.
But he's got to keep trying.
See the determination in Tszyu's face. You can also see the damage from the power punches of Fundora.
He's got to take that jab away from Fundora. That's the only way. How do you do it? He jabbed with him. He piled that jab down. That lead hand from Fundora, and you walk to the side. I was gonna say that he's not doing what you're supposed to do against a southpaw, which is walk to your left. He's walking straight forward.
Guys, the cut was a nightmare over the left eye that kept closing that eye. Now there's a cut over the right eye of Tim Tszyu, and Jim Gray asked his cut man, Mark Gambit, do you have the coagulant that you need if there is a cut? They said yes. So we'll see what kind of work they're able to do in between rounds, because not only did he get dropped in the first, now there's a cut on Tim Tszyu. I said, why no change in the cut man or trainer after your loss? He says, I'm loyal to my guys.
Tszyu still looks a bit shaky on his legs here. He's punching back, which is what he does. It's just Fundora commanding that control of distance. That's the difference in this fight.
There's that jab, that reach from Fundora right now. He's staying in full control.
And things continue to get worse for Tim Tszyu. Take a look at how they're going to work.
Дыши. Дыши, дыши. Нужно в защите стоять, и когда на тебя идет вот эти удары, надо драться, выкидывай, и сразу смещайся за него, за спину уходи. Уходи за спину. Вот эти движения на ногах, лево-право, давай, принеси ноги. Давай, свяжись. Свяжись.
And this is Tszyu fighting for survival off the ropes, trying to land a big shot, trying to get the attention of Fundora, but he was eating those straight punches, but definitely trying from Tim Tszyu. And like you mentioned, Bernardo, that's the only way you can do it. An overhand right and flush in the face of Fundora. We've seen Fundora go down with that punch.
And you saw Tim Tszyu immediately pawing at that right eye. This time, it was Mark Gambit doing the work on the cut on the outside of the eyelid. But it looked like there was nervous moments of tension there in that corner. There's a nice right from Tim Tszyu, getting from underneath.
Yeah, but I like the fact that he's walking straight back. He's still giving the distance.
That's the type of shot, Abner, when you duck down against a taller fighter. It gets hit almost on the side of the ear, back of the neck. It's a dangerous place to be against Fundora.
Yeah, and you're not moving your feet, so that punch is never going to land. You got to take a step or 2 steps forward.
Low blow there from Tim Tszyu.
And don't forget, Tim Tszyu told us one of his biggest takeaways looking back at the first fight was he thought Fundora was slower and less powerful than he anticipated. Maybe that gave him a certain level of confidence early on, but he cannot stand in punching range for that big left cross from Fundora.
There's a counter right from Fundora here, as Tim Tszyu had early success in round 3.
I like what Tszyu is doing right now. He's not aiming for the head, he's going for the chest. 2 straight right hands that landed so far.
Good work so far on that cut over the right eyelid of Tim Tszyu.
That's what you do against a tall fighter. You aim for the chest. Straight shots.
But you've got to cover yourself defensively, because Fundora is seeing the spots and he's getting to those spots.
He cannot handle this version of Fundora's power. Every left hand is hurting him.
He can't get in, guys. He can't get in.
Now it's up to Fundora to realize that, recognize it, and continue to use his range and not get too greedy, because Tim Tszyu can still be dangerous if you step in. If you make him lunge like he does there, that's going to be a difficult mission for Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time that Fundora times out again and catches him with the straight left.
Look, you don't hear the name Freddie Fundora talked about enough when we talk about the elite trainers in this game. Sebastian's sister Gabriella, the undisputed women's champion at flyweight. And look at the evolution over the last 3 fights here for Sebastian Fundora.
Look at that jab. Look at the discipline between that distance, the jab. Not overcommitting, just 1, 2, the basics and fundamentals.
And the ability Abner to switch it on the fly. He turned a jab into a short right hook. I mean, look, Tszyu is giving everything he can, but he's just being outgunned here through 3 rounds.
Tim Tszyu was definitely not expecting this version of Fundora.
Time!
Okay? Move your left hand, your fucking right hand.
Just let him recover. Let him slow down, man.
Good shit.
One round at a time.
Good shit.
One round at a time. Let's win this next fucking round.
Надо начинать бить, надо начинать бить. Больше правой, больше правой. Надо не уходить от него, а наоборот к нему. К нему бить и уходить влево.
And here we're gonna take a look at the short, crisp left hooks from Fundora. Oof, straight, timed it perfectly. Paw it down, here it is. Jab, you miss, I make you pay. And he's gonna keep doing that, and he's going to be doing that all night.
Давай, надо выигрывать раунды. 3 раунда прошло.
Guys, how dominant is this version of Sebastian Fundora? In 13 fights tracked by CompuBox, Fundora threw the most punches ever against Tszyu when he threw 74 in their first fight. He's topped that number twice in the first 3 rounds. He's up to 236 thrown, 54 landed overall to 74 thrown and 26 landed for Tszyu.
I know it's a broken record, but the old Fundora, look, we knew he was a dog. We know the stamina, the warrior spirit that he has, but you don't need to lead with that. And when he's leading instead with this jab and the threat of that left cross, he's just a different fighter.
It just makes it so easy. He's got the advantage, God-gifted advantage, the height, the reach.
But it only matters if you know how to use it, and he's really learned how to use it in this fight.
Well, you can't use it if you don't believe in it.
Exactly.
He believes in the power of his left hand.
But that's the thing, people did not believe that he could do it. And he's showing us it.
That left hand was a straight shot that hurt Tim Tszyu once again. How will he deal with it? You've got to credit Tim Tszyu's heart here. Whoa, another one of those exchanges.
Now this is the back and forth we expected. Tszyu may be hurt, but he is loading up with right hands.
And those are dangerous shots because Fundora's falling into him.
He has to find a big shot. He has to turn the momentum of this fight. He's got to switch it. And it's only going to take a shot that hurts Fundora.
Tim Tszyu called this fight a make or break moment in his career, and he is fighting with that desperate urgency.
Oh my goodness, that left is just perfect from Fundora. But breaking through the guard.
Tim Tszyu is right there. He's not moving. He's not doing anything. No head movement, no side steps. There you go. Feint.
But I'm
watch
not
to the
sure.
left. That's as a sub. He's a sub where you want to
There's
turn.
3 combinations, all straight lefts. Here comes the right from Tim Tszyu. Things are heating up here, but it's Fundora total control so far with less than 50 seconds left here in round number 4.
This crowd is exploding every time Tszyu lands big.
Nice body shot from Tszyu.
This is what you do. You throw a jab if you're Tim Tszyu. You take a step left, and then you throw the overhand right, and the head is going to be right there to be hit from Fundora.
I'm not sure Tszyu is recovered yet from the first round knockdown.
Oh, look at that left hand. Bloody the nose of Fundora.
Now it's memories of the first fight where Fundora had to deal with that nosebleed since the second round. What a great body shot from Fundora.
Hey, win or lose moving forward, Tszyu is showing us who he is once again.
The blood of a legend courses through his vein, and now the blood of a Mexican warrior is emanating from the nose of Sebastian Fundora. Sit down.
How you feel? You don't need to be in getting it. You don't need to into that shit. All right?
Back and forth action versus Fundora right here, letting the straight punches land. 1-2, 1-2, uppercut, he switches, but then Tim Tszyu comes back with his own overhand right. But see, he lands that right hand and he takes a step back, or he stays right there. He's got to lean in with it and keep going with it, like Pitbull was doing in the last fight. Beautiful right hook right there from Fundora, but again, no shift, no turning. He stayed in the same place.
Fundora's got to go back to what was working for him.
Exactly. Tszyu succeeded last round in bringing back the Fundora of the first fight. You saw the slips in defense, leaving his hands down, his chin exposed. Luckily for Fundora, he has a heck of a beard.
That he does.
And a great punch out, but last round he threw 100 punches, landed 32. His opponent, Tim Tszyu, 13, the more significant punches maybe, out of 45. But those numbers just can't keep adding up for Fundora the way they are, and Tim Tszyu expect to get a decision tonight.
Nice lead hand, jab, upstairs, downstairs. He hooks that jab. Speaking of Fundora, and just turns him. He's doing all the right things as a tall fighter.
Tim Tszyu's doing a better job.
Yeah, that's right from Tim Tszyu.
He's doing a better job seeing the left hands of Fundora, at the very least.
But take that step in.
There's that step in upper right shot.
Fundora's starting to abandon the jab, which is allowing Tszyu to get closer to him.
And Tszyu is starting to get his wits about him. His legs are under him.
I think the jab is still there, but I think Tim Tszyu is doing a fantastic job of timing that left hand.
And he's parrying a lot of those jabs.
See, there's the jab. He's waiting for Fundora to let that left hand go. See, he tried it there. Wrong timing, though.
Fundora's also pawing a lot more with the jab, which is usually due to the anticipation of the right hand coming in return from Tszyu.
There it is.
So if you're Fundora, you want to switch that straight left into an uppercut now.
That means you got to get closer.
Yeah.
And give Tszyu an opportunity to shoot his shot.
There it is. There, you can land it and then get back to the jab.
There's just so much tension because you can see the fight changing on just one punch either way.
Two big right hands for Tszyu. Fundora undeterred by the bloody nose he suffered earlier.
Ooh, that's a dangerous proposition from Tim Tszyu. He really exposed himself leaping in like that.
He's awake now, Tim Tszyu. He's making adjustments. He's alert. He knows what he's doing. He's waiting for the right time. There it is. Landed on the shoulder of Fundora.
You can see he believes he found something on the looping overhand right. It's going to come down to the timing of it.
Yeah, exactly. One big shot. The right moment.
It's a nice jab from Sebastian Fundora to stop the momentum of Tszyu, and that's a good left.
6 coming. Им надо его засаживать. Надо засаживать. Восстанавливать дыхание.
The straight right hand from Tim Tszyu in this last round was working from him. There it is. He feinted there. He feinted with the jab and he landed that right hand. There it is again. Boom, he's just gotta take that step in and land it, but not flush. Beautiful right hand again. Touching the face of Fundora.
What a difference when you see the work of the cutman this time around. Mark Gammon, when he has the right tools. And now it's not even an issue that Tim Tszyu has to deal with.
And that's why he gave him a second chance. He's loyal, he said.
Remember, it was Fundora who made the adjustments in the first fight to begin boxing after that cut and the impact it had on Tszyu. It's Tszyu that's making the better adjustments right now to carry some strong momentum behind those right hands.
There's another right hand from Tim Tszyu. That was the first round that, Our unofficial scorer, Larry Hazard, gave to Tim Tszyu to make it a 49-45 unofficial scorecard. But Tszyu is starting to gain some momentum, a lot of confidence, his legs and his wits about him, digging to the body once again, and that's going to set up a shot over the top.
This kind of reminds me of when he fought Terrell Gausha. When Terrell Gausha dropped him, it took him like 2-3 rounds for him to get the rhythm, to get the pace and timing, and this is what I'm seeing right now from Tim Tszyu.
Yes, that was Tszyu's U.S. debut.
Yes.
He told me that he came out into Terminator mode way too quickly, learned his lesson when he got humbled by that early flash knockdown, and sort of became the boxer puncher from mid-range that we know him to be.
Look, a 21-3 advantage on body shots for Tim Tszyu through the first 5 rounds. And that's the way you wear down a 6-foot, 5.5-inch opponent. You go downstairs.
Yes. He's turned on the faucet of blood from the nose of Fundora once more.
Nice left there from Fundora. Doesn't have the same crack as it did earlier on in the fight, though.
And neither does his jab, to be fair. And I think some of that is just the two-way fighting that's happening and the result of the threat of these right hands.
And another thing, it kind of became repetitive right now what Fundora is doing. Jab, jab, straight left, jab, jab, straight left. That is why Tim Tszyu is trying to time it.
The other thing, too, is there's the worry of having to bring it back defensively. It's not snapping anymore. And he's got to make Tim Tszyu think before he takes that step forward.
Tim Tszyu just never quits on himself, for better or for worse, when it gets hairy in there.
Yeah, it's time to work those shoulders as well. If you're Tim Tszyu, you're the smaller fighter, break them down. Shoulder shots.
Combination there. Good exchange, and now from Fundora.
That's something that Canelo Alvarez does really well. Hits you on the arms, on the shoulders, and he brings your guard down.
Fundora, the tallest world champion in all of boxing, taller than any heavyweight or cruiserweight.
That right hand of Tszyu just barely missed its mark there. You heard the crowd roar in approval.
Yeah, but nothing's landed so far for Tim Tszyu in this round.
Fundora stepping in.
Не надо уходить от него, надо идти на него. Только ты начинаешь уходить назад. Он тебя попадает. Когда ты его ударишь, он тебе глаза, все, ты начинаешь правой попадать. Все, Лэнди. Восстанавливай дыхание.
Que no venga a sorprenderte con nada.
Don't let him surprise you with
Estamos
anything.
tranquilos.
Be calm.
Hay guard porque te quiere sorprender, ¿ok? Don't let him game no game. And have those legs. Right? Derechito y después viene con todo. His wires are starting to turn.
As you mentioned, that double left hands, very effective here.
Beautiful left hook right there from Tim Tszyu, but he got caught with that straight left, the one that knocked him down. Exactly how it happened, both landed.
We are now halfway through this fight. I'd love to bring in Joe Goosen for his impressions of what we've seen in the first half of this rematch.
Right now, of course, Fundora's got the upper hand. Tszyu's trying to make a comeback, but he's still, the distance is a problem for him right now. Fundora's actually keeping him on the end of his punches pretty well. And Tszyu has got to use his feet to get in closer because he's left with throwing like that left hook on that replay, and he got cracked with the left hand from Fundora. So even if he's punching from a distance, he's still getting hit. He's got to find his way closer towards Fundora to really be able to score without getting hit coming in. So needs more head movement, more pressure, and he's got to start nailing Fundora. But see how those punches are missing from out there or getting blocked by Fundora? He's got to close that gap. That's the point. He's got to close the gap. Like right there, he got close enough to land that hook.
Absolutely good start for Tim Tszyu. And Joe, the nodding of approval from Abner Mares as you were saying or giving us your analysis means you may have a future in this business.
I hope to audition for you guys one day.
You can make it happen.
All right, thanks, guys.
He's so right about that. Look at the feet. They're so planted. Speaking of Tim Tszyu, he's got to take that step forward when he throws that right hand.
He ate two clean, hard left hands there from Fundora in that sequence.
And from inside range, not from the outside. That's a nice stiff jab again. He's back on the stick, is Sebastian Fundora. Ooh. Now we're getting some exchanges. Oh, there's a right hand that sends the blood flicking off of the face of Sebastian Fundora.
Tim Tszyu is a throwback fighter. They both are. Look at this action.
And then Fundora says, you're going to hit me in the head, I'm going to go downstairs, and how about this left uppercut?
He's back to the
left hook from Tim Tszyu.
The inside game. This is not the fight with Fundora, but still dangerous.
Tszyu's got to watch that uppercut there.
He's setting it up. He's trying to find just enough room. Here's Fundora, but then he gets clipped with the left hook. And now you see the flinching from Fundora.
Some fighters are just made for each other when it comes to entertaining dance partners in the sport of boxing.
You're right there, Tim. Let those punches go. Overhead rights, there it is. Don't take the step back. Don't give him the distance. And that's what Tim Tszyu is doing.
That was a short shot from Fundora that clipped Tim Tszyu as he was having his best moment. I mean, both guys are relentless. Both guys have a lot of pride. Both guys exude heart, passion, and this.
What a rivalry.
Something may be up with the left eye of Sebastian Fundora. Crowd on its feet.
Сядь. Сядь, отдохни. Молчи.
You okay? Everyone keep the fight.
What's the round coming up, 8?
8.
Еще 4.
Coming up.
It took Tim Tszyu a while to sit on the stool. But let's look at the right hand that was landing for Tim Tszyu. Boom! That's the overhand right that he's been looking for all night to get Fundora's attention. He got it. He definitely got it, but guess what? Fundora became even more. There's the left hook as well. More dangerous because Fundora, he's dangerous in the SI.
It's over. The fight is done. Sebastian Fundora retains his belt in the rematch against Tim Tszyu, and the Towering Inferno gets to celebrate once again just when it looked like Tim Tszyu was having his best moment in the corner. The decision is made to stop the fight. And the moment he went over there, there was some discussion with the commissioner and the inspector. You can see how incredulous everyone is in the crowd that Tim Tszyu does not answer the bell for the 8th round.
It may have felt like the fight was really heating up, but Tszyu looked out on his feet at moments in the crowd.
He was out on his feet when he got to the corner. He didn't sit for a while. They were talking to him. There was some type of confusion. And you know, when you get hit hard with those punches, you don't know where you are. And I'm sure they asked him that. Where are you? What's your name? Those simple questions, and he wasn't able to answer.
This is about saving a fighter for another day because Tim Tszyu did not ask to get out of this fight. This is all he knows. This is what Tim Tszyu's all about.
And this is so different from what happened last time. The cut, and we'll take a look at what happened in the corner here. He was asked if he wanted to continue, and Jim Gray is saying that the answer from Tim Tszyu was, I do not want to continue. This is the reaction from Fundora's corner.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I stand corrected. Tim Tszyu found his limits right here. And what a performance from Sebastian Fundora.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget that he's coming off a knockout loss against Fortasalia, loss against Fundora. Yeah, he got that win against Joey Spencer to get that confidence back, but it was all over against Fundora, and Fundora shut the door and told him that one fight, yeah, it was not the cut. I got you.
We're going to get the time of the stoppage, but I just have to make it clear that Harvey Dock went over to Tim Tszyu, and according to Jim Gray, the answer from Tim Tszyu is, I do not want to continue. The official time with Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at the end of round number 7. A referee in charge, Harvey Dock, stops the contest upon suggestion of the corner. He is the winner by way of a technical knockout. He is still the WBC Super Welterweight Champion of the World, the Towering Inferno, Sebastian Fundora.
An impressive victory. He dug deep early. He took the fight to Tim Tszyu. He dropped him. He cut him. And yet, Tszyu was in the fight until he no longer was. What an impressive performance from Sebastian, the Towering Inferno Fundora tonight. Jim Gray with the interview.
All right, thank you very much, Bernardo. Tim, let's start with you. Seemingly having perhaps your best round. And Harvey Dock tells me he came over and asked you if you wanted to continue, and you said what?
He's one tough motherfucker. And I tried to give it everything, but I just couldn't do it. And victory belongs to Sebastian Fundora, the best 154-pounder on the planet right now.
The cut was taken care of this time in the first round. Did the eye bother you? Did that have anything to do with this stoppage?
No. He was just a better man. You know, he's a better man. He's very hard to land. He's tall as fuck. And sometimes I feel like I was shadowboxing with myself, but it is what it is. Congratulations to Fundora and his team. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Tim. We're glad you're okay. Appreciate your time. Sebastian, how about your performance? How would you assess it?
It was good. It was good. The first knockdown in the round 1, my dad was telling me all week, I think we'll get him out. And I think his prediction came true.
You changed your strategy a bit this time, didn't you?
Yes, I did. I felt like I'm obviously the bigger guy. So, you know, everybody's calling me a bully in the ring. You know what? Let's start bullying these guys.
Why did you decide to use it this time? What triggered in your head that you can be that guy, that fighter, and use that height and power to your advantage instead of mixing it up?
You know what? I woke up this morning and I said to myself, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, oh, wow, I have reach. So that's kind of like how it happened. You know, we've been working on aggression our whole professional career. You know, now we're just adding the length of our arms. I'm not growing no more. If anything, I'm going to grow a little heavier. But right now, my height is at a stable size. And now I
not growing anymore.
I don't think I'm growing anymore. I'm not drinking any more milk. So, but you know, I'm very grateful for everybody that came out, and now we got one more fight with Pacquiao coming up.
Is that right?
Absolutely. Pacquiao's up next. You know, we haven't seen Pacquiao in a couple years, and I'm excited to see him. What do you guys think?
I want to ask you about the first round knockdown. That set the pace for this fight, and were you surprised that you did that in the first round?
I was not. You know, the first time we fought, you know, I came off a loss, so maybe my mentality wasn't there at the time. We still got the win, but definitely coming into this fight, I was a champion. I've been there with him already, and we had to prove that we were better.